Hello guys, my name is Peter and welcome back to another video. This time I'm going to go ahead and cover up all of the combat styles, all the combat style changes that has been happening in Star Wars The Old Republic. There has been a lot to cover and a lot of things that we need to go through. I just currently remade my Guardian once again, so now let's dive in and let's get into it. So the first noticeable change, and this is what's gonna happen in 7.0, is the skill tree. So utilities as a thing will go ahead and disappear. So it will have a thing called combat prophecies, and this is the new window that we will currently going to go ahead and get later on when 7.0 is launching. Obviously utilities is the one that usually happens, but for now in this case it's not happening. Keep in mind that there is a lot of duplicates. They said that there's a lot of duplicate icons, as they saying in development, but this is where you can go ahead and change. So obviously your discipline, your tank, vigilance, and focus, and the Jedi Guardian, and another combat style. So when you make a level 1 character and you choosing the character, you will choose your combat style. That is gonna be your main combat style. And then after you reaching chapter 3 on your storyline, then you can choose your second combat style. The second combat style will go ahead and pop up once you go, as I said, and reach chapter 3 on your class story. And that's when you can go ahead and choose one of the force users, so like an assassin or things like that. So you will have two combat styles. However, they said in an interview, which I'm gonna go ahead and leave a link down below, that it also go ahead and refer maybe subscription. So I'm not sure if you will go ahead and get subscription or not, but we'll see about it. I will go ahead and get through like the subscription level and everything later on, and then also in terms of loadouts and gearing and things like that. But right now, this is how the skill tree will go ahead and look. And as you see, you will get two combat styles if you are definitely a subscriber. I'm not sure if you're a free-to-player, you will only choose one. I don't know about that. But this is where you go ahead and change everything. And this is where you see what you will getting. So at level 60, you will go ahead and change the disciplines, the utilities. It is working like a utility. And as you see, like I got the Ave ability. In here you will go ahead and get something else. You can go ahead, this one is the passive ability that you will definitely gain, so this is not something that you can choose. However, like to level 25, these are all the abilities that you will gain, and in here is something for the ability for whatever passive look for. So for example, saber reflect, and then I will go ahead and gain myself saber reflect. Now, there has been quite a few changes. In here, obviously, you'll only gain a few, and that's about it. This is where I get my Cyclone Slash, and this is where I will get something for, like, a passive ability, and that's all. Obviously, you can change that. Like, if you want, you will go ahead and respec it, and then you will go ahead and change it. It will cost you nothing. And these are all the abilities that you will getting. So, like, you were getting all of the abilities, and then it will show you what abilities you have, or passives. Obviously, if you click on the ability tree, this is where you will see everything when it comes to, like, the combat styles. And also, you will get yourself something at level 80, where you can go ahead and get yourself a passive. And also, you will see the new ability, or new passive ability, which is Burnmaster. So now you will go ahead and get the taste of what the new ability is looking like for some, or not new ability, but the new passives for each of the classes. So I'm gonna go ahead and cover up all the loadouts and everything from the previous video, or like the one that I'm currently editing as well. And then I will go ahead and cover up all the combat styles, all the loadouts, gearing, a lot of things that I have to cover. So let's go in there. Hello guys, my name is Peter and welcome back to the channel. Finally, the office has been made, as you guys can see. This is where I'm gonna go ahead and post, or going to go ahead and make some news videos when it comes to Star Wars The Old Republic news. I hope you guys like the design and everything, and yeah, let me know down if you guys like it or not. But we need to talk about the combat styles, because there has been a lot of information came out in regards to combat styles thanks to an interview from the Escape podcast, which Max and Sima made with one of the, I don't know, lead designer, system design, whatever you want to call it, Chris Schmidt, who is doing the combat styles in 7.0. So let's talk about combat styles. A lot of things that you guys don't know, and a lot of things that I don't know about the combat styles. So benefits for the class and the combat styles update. Also, before I will start, if you guys want to see the whole interview and everything, I will leave a link down below where you can see the interview full and everything what has been talked about there. So, the opportunity to baseline to all classes together and rebalance all of the classes at once. So, I mean, it is self-explanatory. Like, you don't want to, they don't want to go ahead and go each and every single class, but they want to go ahead and class balance all of them. I mean, they gonna go technically class balance all of them in this case. So, I mean, that's just it is. And also the reason why the combat style, or the benefits for the combat style, because it will be more flexibility in a cleaned up structure to add new and interesting things. I don't know what exactly is that mean, to add new and interesting things, but I'm looking forward to see what they will do about it. Now, the main combat style that they mentioned, and this is really, really huge, that right now, when combat styles will launch, that you will have 2 permanent choices for combat styles. So what this means is that at the beginning, you will choose, like, let's just say right now you are a Jedi Guardian, right? So that will be one of your permanent class. So that one is one of your combat style. And then after that, after class story chapter 3, you can choose a second style, which can be a Sith Assassin, which you can be technically a Jedi Guardian tank and a Sith Assassin tank. You can go ahead and have 2 tanks. Now, what is the good side of that, and what's the downside of that? The good side of that is that you can go ahead and just have 2 of those without making an alt, without going to go ahead and save or like switch gears, things like that. These are all will be saved. However, this is the bad side of it, because alts will be useful, but in a less way, because right now you technically don't need 16 characters to have the legendary. Right now you will go ahead and have probably 8 or 10, depends how many classes you have or how many alts you made. But obviously you will go ahead and have loadouts, as I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it later. Now, also they said in the interview that the 2 permanent choices can change in the future. So maybe they will add a 3rd one. I cannot imagine like you will go ahead and have 3 combat styles. I think 2 is completely enough for it. Now, that's all about it in terms of combat styles. Now let's go ahead and talk about loadouts. Now, the loadouts, as you see, as I showed you guys, you can have an ABC option, which was the 3 DPS option for a Sentinel or the tank, and 2 DPS option for the Guardian. Now, this will be interesting, because when loadouts are gonna release, the new clarification, as we know right now, we will likely to get a few loadouts, possibly 4 or 5, depending on subscriber level, that are not permanent choices. So I'm guessing that the loadouts will be restricted for maybe 2 or 3 for free-to-players or preferred players, and then subscribers will have 4 or 5. That means like loadout options, there will be more loadout choices that you can choose. Like, loadouts mean that it will go ahead and save your outfit, save your equipment, everything else. Keybinds also will go ahead and save. So, like, loadouts, if you guys know. Will be used to change between combat styles or between different configurations on a particular style, or any combination of keybind gear, etc. So loadout can go ahead and save your gear, save you a lot of things in that. So it will be no cost to go ahead and switch. So like it will be free, and likely no timer to switch. So you can change it whenever. The only thing that you can do it is you can't change it in a combat. So you can change loadouts and like in combat, obviously during combat, like you can't do anything during combat. But the interesting is that you can change in a phase, which is really interesting because they talked about like maybe they will go ahead and do it in arena PvP. But the thing is, you cannot change it in an operation, which I highly doubt that that is gonna be the case because like right now in the game we can go ahead and change specs, utilities and whatnot in a normal phase. So like people need to go out to the phase in an operation to get themselves, I don't know, change their loadout and things like that. I mean, that would make no sense, I think. So hopefully that will go ahead and change eventually. The next topic that they also mentioned is gearing, level 80 gearing, which is I'm really interested to see how it will work. So current set bonuses won't work at level 80. I mean, that one is not a surprise. Like just like on when we went from Onslaught, the previous set bonuses and gears didn't work. And that's when they introduced a lot of gear and set bonuses for a lot, and then they said that there will be no best in slot, but there was still a best in slot. So we'll see how they will do, because they said that there will be several gear tiers starting at 80 with a year-long debut for tiers that they are designing for. I'm looking forward to see what that exactly means. Now, some of the tacticals will go ahead and work, and will go ahead and continue to work, but some of the tacticals may be depleted if they roll into abilities. So that means some of the tacticals will go ahead and have no use, because then in your passives that maybe will go ahead and nothing will work. So interesting change. So probably they go ahead and change like gearing in terms of tacticals and other things, like tacticals and set bonuses, which I'm looking forward to see in general. There will be more interesting, he said, Chris Schmidt said that there are more interesting aspects about how gearing will work at 80 still to be revealed, which they haven't revealed much about gearing and how it will work. I'm looking forward to seeing it, how it will work. Because right now the gearing is completely easy, because now you can go ahead and do like, I don't know, 50 hammer stations and then you can get yourself gear. Like loads of them, or you can do like a couple operations and then you will still likely to get it. But yeah, looking forward to see what they will change this time. And abilities will likely be changing more than currently expected. Think of terms of how tacticals can change the way rotations work. For example, that's how the way you need to think. So I'm guessing, I likely said it, that they will be probably gonna go ahead and have to relearn our classes when the combat style is launching, because they were going to do a lot of changes and a lot of design changes, a lot of combat styles and things like that. So we need to see how it will work, of course. And that's all that we knew about like the TLDR. But as I said, if you guys want to hear the whole thing, the whole interview what Max and Seema made with Chris Schmidt, I will leave a link down in the description so you guys can go ahead and listen to it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think of like combat style, gearing, or loadouts, everything that you guys just heard. Thank you everybody for watching. Stay safe and take care of yourself. Peace.